Hello, San Diego. Thanks for joining us here on CBS 8 I'm meteorologist Shawn Styles with a look at your weather. And it's been a little bit chilly out there today, but not bad. That light rain that we saw has let up across San Diego. We picked up anywhere from a quarter to almost an inch over the mountains, but skies have dried out now, and so temperatures have warmed up nicely in the inland microclimates. Currently, we're sitting mid-60s in places like El Cajon, Ramona, Escondido, Alpine, and La Mesa, 65 or 66. Up in the mountains, not too bad, low 60s, upper 50s, and in the Borrego Springs area, currently 76 degrees. Here's what we've got going for you over the next 3 days, kind of jumping ahead here. We continue to stay in this cooler pattern as the storm track is open to the north of us. It's just not really coming close enough to us here in San Diego for us to get full-fledged rain. What we saw yesterday, depending on where you were, was heavy drizzle to maybe light rain. Temperatures stay below average after tomorrow. We get down into the upper 50s for the folks in the inland microclimates. Also, temperatures will cool off after tomorrow and will drop back into the 50s as well, 59 on Tuesday. As another storm starts to approach, this one, at least for now, looks like it might bring enough energy towards Southern California. That's a live look towards Ocean Mission and Pacific Beach and Point Loma off in the distance there. And we are currently at 61 degrees at the San Diego International Airport. Winds are light, so no real wind out there, but the ocean's kind of a little bumpy and lumpy. Overnight lows, because of the partly clear skies, will be chilly, and the inland microclimates will dip into the low to mid 40s, although Ramona, because of that high valley that catches that chilly air, they'll be 37. Coastline will be upper 40s to low 50s, so slightly below average. And our daytime temperatures for Sunday rebound will be at average or just 1 degree below at 66 downtown San Diego. Inland, with the sun out in spots, it'll feel very nice, but if you're in the shade, it'll definitely feel chilly. And out in the Borrego Springs area, up to 76 degrees. The current temperatures right now across the southwest and into the Sierra Nevada, 39 in Mammoth Lakes, 55 in Monterey, 62 in Santa Barbara, 77 both in Tucson and Phoenix, and Las Vegas at 63. All right, we've got a series of storms chugging across the central part of the country and eventually now making their way to the Great Lakes and the eastern seaboard. They're expecting a lot of snow out of this in the northeast. It's been bringing mixed rain into parts of Pennsylvania as it comes out of the Great Lakes region, but once it gets north, it'll mix with some cold air and they'll see heavy snow. A break for the central part of the country. You can see the weak high pressure here, but a series of storms coming out of the Pacific Northwest will keep this train of storms charging across the nation. In fact, we could see a possibility of 3, possibly 4 more storms eventually making their way all the way across the country. Right now, you see that northwesterly flow that's bringing the cold air in place, and we're going to start to see heavier amounts of snow in the Sierra Nevada because that cold air is going to tie into that area of low pressure that's sitting offshore, and that will chug in and bring in some good amounts of snow into the Sierra Nevada. As I mentioned, the colder air over the northeast, so that storm will plow in there. But basically from the mid-Atlantic southward, it's very mild. Nation's capital 33, a couple hundred miles south into Atlanta, and you're at 71. All the way back across the central part of the country, look at El Paso at 80 degrees, Phoenix 77. These are current temperatures right now, but plenty of cold air along the Canadian border, and that's plunging southward as well as into the Pacific Northwest. So we've got that northwesterly flow. You've got your jet stream in place. Everything is charging along that band. And then as we look out west, there's that low that digs south, and then the next storm, the one we showed you waiting in the wings, that starts to come in by, say, Tuesday into Wednesday, and then by Thursday and Friday, it comes in full-fledged across the Sierra Nevada, and that brings heavy snow to the Sierra Nevada and possibly rain for us. At least it's showing up in our forecast. So mid-60s through Tuesday, and then we cool down to the low 60s, so we go below average. That cooler air is in place. It sags with the jet stream, and the same for you folks in those inland microclimates. Now, will we see snow in our mountains? At this point, because They're just not quite high enough. The highest peaks are around 6,500 feet here. The snow level is going to be at about 7,000 feet. So we will miss out on that. But you'll notice the temperatures definitely cool off, but those overnight lows just don't get quite cold enough. This next series of storms on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that could possibly bring some moderate to heavy rain to San Diego and as much as an inch of rain along the coastline. That's a look at your weather.